Hi everybody. I just wanted to show you how you would analyze some unstructured data. If you remember in the blog we talk about structured data and unstructured data. Unstructured data, if you remember, was something that's not easily analyzable. And an example of such data is your text. For example, it could be an annual report, it could be a speech, it could be interviews. So what I wanted to show you here was a study that I did a few months ago, where I had a focus group of about 40 upper and middle level managers both from the IT jobs and non-IT sector. And it was a very similar thing to what you guys did on Unit 1, which was a conversation about IT. Now, this is an example of the software that I used, and this is an example of the text. And basically, once I collected all the interviews or the focus group narrations, I coded them. So for example, if somebody spoke about the importance of return of investment, like you guys did, I call it performance measurement. Or if they talked about performance measurement, I call it return on investment, sorry. Or if they talked about the importance of leadership, I call it leader. So I basically, the human basically codes it, and then once the codes are done, they can automatically apply to all the narrations. So I just wanted to show you what the codes I used in this study were. So I had about 15 codes, and you can see that we have competitive advantage as a code, where they said, IT was important because it provided a competitive advantage. Return on investment was when they spoke about the need for performance measurements, etc. So now, based on my coding, what I basically did was I used a program, a software which I helped design to visualize or to gather some numbers and then visualize the co-occurrence of these theme words. Now, if I visualize this map, it basically looks like this. So these are the theme words that we extracted from the narration, and you can see the various positions of the theme. So for example, you can see IT understanding is at one extreme, while IT as a tool is at another extreme. So in other words, what we have done here is taken 40 people's narration or discussion and mapped it out. Now this just shows you the position on a map, and that's really it. What we can do is basically look at the links between the words. So if I start linking them up together, let's see what happens. There are two things that happen. One, it shows a relationship, quite a strong relationship, which you can see by the thickness of the line, between leader and alignment, as well as value and performance measurement, which was the return on investment. In other words, they're saying that there's a strong correlation between these two things. If I go on drawing up the links, you can see that those two links get stronger, and it links up to IT understanding and competitive advantage. In other words, what this says is that the leader has to understand IT, and performance measures are really important if you want to understand your competitive advantage. They also talk about alignment and the importance of culture and alignment and teamwork and culture, which we talked about in as integration. So if I get all the links together, it starts looking like a spider's web, and after a while you really lose the meaning. But it's pretty clear. You can see that the thinner lines have less connections, while the thicker lines are very, very strong. Okay, so this is a visual map, and it shows you the connection. And as you can see, the core here seems to be alignment, where everybody, all 40 people, sort of agreed that alignment is a very important issue in terms of IT and non-IT issues. Now, I'd just like to show you the rest of the results really quickly. So this was the overall map we saw. Now, I broke it into 4 groups. So that's the beauty of text analysis, where you can start breaking it into groups. And as I told you, I had IT and non-IT, strategic and middle level. So when I did an analysis for the subgroup IT middle level, the core theme changed. It was IT understanding. Basically what they were saying was, the IT middle level manager said that that everybody has to understand IT. When I did the analysis for group 2, which was IT at the strategic level, they felt that not only do you have to understand IT, but non-IT people have to understand business. And in fact, those 2 themes sat on top of each other, and that's why you can't see IT understanding here, because they felt that both themes were equally important. The third group, non-IT mid-level managers, felt that the nature of IT was troublesome and they needed the right culture in the organization to understand it. And the fourth group, which are the non-IT strategic level people, felt that alignment was the most important thing to bring the IT and non-IT groups together. So you can see through a text analysis, we basically identified 4 different core areas for the 4 groups which they considered important to achieve alignment. So I hope you understand how you can get value from sophisticated tools such as text mining on unstructured data. And this is really the way of the future.